Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the AWP lab session here. Look, this is your first lab for this course. And if you look at the syllabus given by university here, then we've already gone through this content. Refreshing JavaScript and CSS is the first unit that we have already started in our lecture sessions also. But if we go down and have a look at the list of experiments, then it has not been given by the university. At our college, we are finalizing this list, and probably by next week, we will be ready with the entire list of all the practicals. But I can say that the first practical that we are planning is according to the unit 1, where we want to refresh our knowledge from the previous semester. Okay, so we will target JavaScript and CSS for our first practical here. And what can be the best example for CSS and JavaScript both having in a single page? Then definitely we say that, okay, we go for the large registration page, like something like a registration page, a large registration page, which covers CSS for nice look and feel, as well as we use JavaScript for field validations, right? So what we plan today is, let's go for kind of a registration form development process today. So look, this is just an example for you guys to understand what we actually want to do here, right? I'm not saying that you create this registration form. You select any of the field of your choice. Let's say a subject registration form, or a college registration form, or matrimony registration form, or let's say job portal registration form. So that means you select any of the domain of your choice, and you create a registration form for that. So first and foremost thing that you need to do is you need to finalize that domain, and based on that you need to finalize all the number of fields that you are going to cover in the registration form. Now you may divide your data in some sections. Let's say there will be personal information, then there will be educational information, there will be let's say professional information, and so on. So you may have sections within your registration form also. Now once you define those sections and fields, then you go for HTML and CSS first. So you create your HTML form, and then you apply your CSS to make it look and feel nicer and attractive. Just kind of this one, let's say. So here we have one container, okay, and within that we have a heading, and then there are a number of fields here. So some of these are text fields, then radio button, text area, text field, and password field, and so on. So we create those text fields and everything. And then we apply CSS to have these colors, borders, background colors, foreground colors, and some pseudo class CSS. So whenever this field gets focused, we change the border style, okay, from dash to solid, and so on, right? So that's what the CSS is all about. Even when you hover your cursor on the button, it gets the top and bottom solid border. Otherwise it is having dashed border. So all those things are coming from the CSS. Look, this is radio button. Now how to make your radio button look like this one, I'll tell you later. But right now your radio button will be simple one. It's okay. So that's what we plan to do today. You have your plain HTML form, and then apply your appropriate CSS. to have nice look and feel for your registration form. So that's the refreshing CSS part. Now later on, when we go for the JavaScript validation, then we'll have a look at all those validations like this one. First name must be entered, last name, email address should be valid one. If I'm not entering a valid email address, then proper message. If I'm not selecting gender, then there'll be message, and so on. Even if my password does not contain the proper fields or the characters, then also there will be a message. Okay, so we'll do all these kind of validations with JavaScript. So that will be the refreshing part of JavaScript. So that's what we plan for our first practical. And that's all from my side right now. Look, as long as this is the refreshing part, I need not to show you the entire code for this one right now here. Even in lecture session, we have started basics of CSS. So you apply your CSS, your own CSS, your choice, whatever you want to apply there, and create a form. Now that's our target for today. Okay, we only want to go for CSS. Our next lab will be based on the JavaScript validations, and at that time I'll also explain how we go for the events, and how we handle those events, and using regular expression how we validate everything. So that will be the next lab. So for today, what you do is you select your domain, create your registration form, apply your CSS. Now, look, when I say apply your CSS, do not use Bootstrap here. I want your vanilla CSS, your own CSS code, okay? For your practical number 1, I want your own CSS code. I'm not saying that you use any of the CSS framework. Because if you use CSS framework, then it gives you the ready-made classes. Then there is no refreshing part here. We are not revising any of the CSS properties. The aim here is to remember or to revise CSS properties that we can use. So that's it from my side. So we also don't want to have unnecessary recording part here. So what I'm going to do is I'll stop this recording now. And now it's your turn. You start implementing your first page for this course, where you are going to have a number of fields like this one: first name, last name, email address, phone number, user ID, passwords, and all those things. Let me clarify again. This is some example. Whatever you are looking at your screen right now, it is just an example to make you clear what we want to do. So you select your fields, and then you start implementing your form. For suggestion, I want you to cover all possible fields in the form. So text field, password field, radio button, check boxes, drop downs also. I want you to cover drop down list select option in your form also. So do that thing now and start performing your part. Look, we all are here till 10:30, so everyone will do their task, and during that time, if you feel there is a complexity or query or anything you are not getting clear, then you may ask me. We'll solve that problem and we'll continue with our task, right? So try to complete this CSS part today, and by 10:30, if you are not done, then find some extra time and make sure that you complete your HTML and CSS section by the time we come back to the next lab. Okay, so that's all from my side right now. I'm going to stop this recording and you start your page creation part. Wherever you have difficulty, you can ask me. We all are here till 10:30. After some time, even I'll ask someone to present their page and explain everything. So focus here and create your page. Okay, start it now. So Urvashi is saying that, sir, now I don't have a laptop. It's on service. So can I show you in the next lab? Well, make sure that it's okay for one lab, it's okay, but make sure that you have some device so that you can have hands-on sessions. And if for a longer period of time you don't have your system, then with prior approval you can come to college and you can use our lab premises. Okay, and even if you do not have your systems available, then with prior permission from faculty and HOD and your parents also, you can come to college and use our lab premises. So that's all. So it's okay for today, for one lab only. Fine.